What's up guys, it's Nuran from Egypt, and in today's video is all about the most remarkable place you have to visit it when you come here in Alexandria. Let's get started with the video. Mustafa Kamel tombs is one of the most remarkable of Hellenistic funerary architecture in the Mediterranean Sea. It was discovered in 1933 and they found 7 tombs, the 4 of which are preserved until now, but none of them were found intact. The tombs date back to the 3rd to the 1st century BC. Tomb number 1, and as you can see, we'll start with access stairway leading to the west side to the rectangular court. As you can see, the court is surrounded by columns and 10 rooms. The 10 rooms distributed on the north, west, and south sides communicate directly with the court. Can see on the south facade of the court there are 3 elaborate composite doorways with both Greek and Egyptianizing elements set within the intercolumniations. 6 freestanding faces carrying sphinx flanked with 3 doorways. Above each of doorways there is a rectangular opening that might have originally been covered with painted slabs like in the central of one. Let's start with the painting of the central one. Okay, so the painting of on the slab above the central doorway represented 3 horsemen pouring libation, with the central rider flanked by 2 women. Behind the central doorway, you could on the south of the facade, you could see the central burial chamber. So the central burial chamber were placed in the narrow halls or loculi. So you could wonder what is the loculi or what is used for. Locally, it's like some narrow holes cut into the rock, and they use it for burial the deceased. And you could find it in the 2 lateral walls of the chamber. So this is the main burial chamber. To the north sides of the tombs, you can see there is a north side of the tombs, and also it's provided with the water facilities, as you can see, and you could see the altar. Moreover, there were an altar, as you can see in the middle of the court, is related to various funerary and post-funerary rites, which we used to take place, indicating a continuous relationship between the world of living and dead. Here, so this is the stage, the water stages. As you can see, the water facility starts with the well, passing through the pipes inside the wall until reach to the basins in the north side of the tomb. So, moving to the tomb number 2, covered with a rock-cut staircase. So you will start with a staircase, okay, leads to underground rectangular court. You could see altar also in the center and room in northwest and south sides. And in the you could see the doorway flanked by 2 columns leading to the burial chamber. This is the burial chamber, a rock-cut Kleini sarcophagus. So you will wonder what's Kleini sarcophagus. This type is look like a sarcophagi burial bed. So for the deceased, and there are bellows for support the head of the reclining the deceased, was made for the honor of the deceased, because it could be the people who buried here, the soldiers. Moving to another thing, 2 freestanding columns in antes leading to anterooms, and also that will lead to the main burial chamber. So it's like a rock-cut Kleini sarcophagus, as I said before, the bed for the deceased, and also in front of which there is an offering table, and also is the loculi, as you can see, carved at a later stage. And the last thing on the tomb number 2, there is an empty room for resting the relatives of the deceased. You can see the tomb and the rooms from the sides of the tomb. and there is the rooms, empty rooms for the relatives of the deceased. Moving to the tomb number 3, so it's rock cut stairs leading to an open, almost square court, which compared to other tombs of Mustafa Kamel complex. So is much more shallow into the rock, and on the south there is a sitting area, as you can see, of apsidal shape, and the walls of which are painted to look like a red granite in the colored marbles. And moving to the north side, there is a raised platform, as you can see at the back, of which is a façade with 3 doorways. Each side of the façade bears its corner with extra false doorway of the same style. And you can see the semi-columns between the doorways bears intercolumniations and triglyphs and pillars. Behind the facade there is an anteroom with a large altar and in center, and behind it there is a small funeray chamber with remarkably preserved. So keep looking at this magnificent and remarkable tombs. Moving to the tomb number 4, behind the burial chamber of tomb number 3, you can see the ruins of tomb number 4, including trays of stairs and also rectangular court, and also true freestyle court, and also you can see the columns on each side, and the loculi, there is a loculi, but the loculi, the subtle difference is the loculi is below under the surface. So that's it for my video. I hope my video will be enjoyable for you, and see you for the next.